I heard the knock on the door. I guess it might have been 5 a.m. I opened the door, asked him what he wanted, and he said he needed to speak to your daddy. The officer said that your daddy was under arrest.
And I started shaking and hugging my two little girls and cry because I don't know what's going on, what's gonna happen later on. You're my life, you guys.
I was trying to tell the officer that, it wasn't right, that we had a lawyer and we were working on his case. And but they would just let us explain and just, leave him there, that we would get it straightened out. And the officer just said, ma'am, if you have that paperwork, you can take it down to immigration office and you can get it straightened out there, but my job is to take him now.
You wake up every day and you know what's going on, and then one morning it all changes.
The thing I told you girls is don't quit school, be good, and pray. Start praying because that's the only thing save us.
I just said I love you too, and I will. I'll be good, I promise.
I wasn't just doing it for me anymore. I was doing it for my dad, and it made me want to do better and push harder.
It felt like he was leaving us forever. I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I felt like I was going to lose my mind, and I was trying to grasp everything that had just happened. The only thing I could think to do was to go to the chapel and pray and ask God to help give me the answer, because I didn't have any answers. So they have an adjacent garden, and we went out there to the garden, and we sat in front of the statue of Mary, and we just prayed and we asked God to please just help us and to fix this. And when we left there, I felt better, and I knew that your daddy would come home again one day and we would be together as a family.
I felt like I was going to prison to see my father, and I didn't know why, because he didn't do anything wrong.
Inside of that cell that they had him, his soul was dying, and I couldn't watch that anymore, and I couldn't make my kids watch it anymore. I asked, how was the day? Were you happy to, bring some joy to your life? And Vanessa told me, it was all right, Mom, but it would have really been a true dream if Daddy was here. And I knew at that moment that until Daddy came home, even the happy times would never really be happy.
Graduation was the hardest because I really wanted him to be there. I wanted him to watch me walk across the stage and be proud that I finished.
And I just kept trying to make everything as normal as possible. I wanted us to stay in that house so bad.
I miss you for the 7 years, but I still talk on the phone and,
But whenever I started to grow up, I missed the fact that I was gonna miss out on, you know, him giving me guy advice and scaring away guys and just helping me become an adult and who I am, especially in my spiritual life. You know, confirmation, that was a big deal, and he wasn't there for that. And then high school, graduation, that was hard because I really thought by then that he would be there.
I chose U of H because it was close to home and I could be there if my family needed me for anything. Another reason is because the law center took on our case when no one else would. Being the first in my family to go to a university, it meant a lot to me, and it hurt that he couldn't be there. It felt like he was never going to come home. He had been gone for so long that there was no chance, especially after they denied our case and said that there wasn't any sufficient suffering, that we didn't need him at all.
I was so angry. How could anybody say that how much we had suffered? They did not know. They had not walked in our shoes. They didn't know how much we'd suffered. And how could anybody think that my two daughters did not need their father and that I did not need my husband?
What do you remember thinking whenever they finally told you that you can come home, that you're approved?
Just hurry up, playing hurry up, and just landing on USA. When I get here in the airport, they take me about 7 hours to get out there. But finally everything goes straight and thank God I'm here.